Hey everybody, this is John from Snap-on John 100, and I'm here to show off my new haircut. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody that is a bushcrafter or likes that camps, backpacks, needs to start a fire and wants to use a fire steel, typically what you see on the internet, everybody doing is taking the fire steel and the back of their knife and creating a spark by rubbing the back of their knife with a fire steel. I have found what I consider just about the perfect knife for that, because it also is the perfect knife for doing your kitchen chores, as cutting up food and stuff. Because I don't know about most everybody, but I do know there's several people that agree with me that the best type of knife for food preparation is a stainless knife. And so I only use stainless steel for food, and then carbon steel for most everything else. And so you don't have to worry about what the interaction with food and the carbon steel blade. But what I have found that works the best that I've ever seen on a fire steel or a ferro rod is because everybody's always talking about like that they have to use a carbon steel blade. Well, the way a ferro rod works, it's not interacting with the carbon and the steel. It's basically the friction and the fact that the steel has to be a lot harder than the ferrous material, the ferrocerium rod, and it actually scrapes off such a fine, thin shard of that material that the friction and also the oxygen in the air causes it to ignite. So actually what's igniting is this material and has nothing to do with carbon in the steel. This is a stainless blade, and it actually produces better sparks than anything I've seen in any just about anything else. It's the fact that the blade is made with a very sharp 90-degree on the spine. You don't have to modify anything, and being a knife collector, I don't have hardly any knives that I want to file on the back of it or grind it, just so I can do that with it. But anyway, with enough said, the knife I found that I think is perfect is the Case SOD Buster. It's a fairly large folding knife, so it fits in your pocket. It's easy to carry, and it's not a lockback knife. It actually was a farmer's knife, and all of them have the SOD Buster. Let's see if we can get that in there. It says SOD Buster on there, and it shows a plow. That is you'll find that on all the Case ones, and the one I'm recommending is the Case cutlery. They're made in New York State. No, they're not. I'm sorry. They're made in Pennsylvania, in Bradford, Pennsylvania. But it works fantastic for food preparation. It holds a great edge. It's a stainless blade. Case has a huge history of making phenomenal products, and it's got brass liners. I'm not even sure what this is. It's some sort of phenolic plastic resin stuff, but it's practically indestructible. I've never hurt mine, but it's basically all lined in brass. So the construction is phenomenal. The walk and talk of the knife is, we say in folding knife, is the walk is how it opens, and the talk is the clicking and how strong the spring is. Fit and finish is perfect. There's no discontinuity here at all. And usually on a cheap knife, you'll find you can feel quite a bit of a bump here where they fit together. Fits perfectly. Now, this isn't a lockback knife, so when you're striking the ferro rod, you don't want to have it open, because if you put too much pressure on it, it could start to close. That's the cool thing about the SOD Buster. so much of the blade is exposed when it's closed that you don't even need. It's completely convenient to do it when it's closed. And I'm not going to be able to show it really very easily, but this has such a sharp 90-degree on it. There's almost a burr on these edges, and I'm going to show you in a second how well it sparks. But I just wanted to. This is just something I thought. Well, when somebody finds something that works really well, it's nice to share it, and so that's what I'm doing basically. I'm just sharing this information. I think this is a perfect knife to have for if you want to use a. Most of my fire steels, this is one I made. This is a carbide striker. I keep the striker on it, but there are times when, especially if I'm using a ferro rod that's just in a sheath that doesn't have anything hanging off of it, I'll use something like this with it. But I found this gives more sparks than anything else I've ever tried. Except for like this has got a carbon steel that's exactly 90 degrees. In other words, this will work equivalently well. So without further ado, I'm going to show you how good a sparks this throws. There, I hope you could tell from that I was trying to do that on a granite countertop. My wife's gone. So that you could actually see the shower of sparks. So I hope, once again, this is Grady. Case, SOD Buster, and I think there might be two sizes. This is the larger size, I think. It's got about a not quite 4-inch blade, I don't think, but it's a nice size for cutting up stuff, and it is extremely well. If you notice the large pin here, it's very sturdy because being a farmer's knife, it was designed to be a heavy-duty knife, and that's why it just has this one single heavy blade. But anyway, once again, the Case SOD Buster, stainless steel, but throws sparks like there's no tomorrow. Once again, when you're using it for throwing sparks, you want to keep it closed. But this angle is just a perfect angle for throwing sparks. The blade being stainless, fantastic for food prep. Anyway, I hope that helps out or gives somebody some ideas. This was a phenomenal idea that I saw, and I thought it was like just about perfect. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. Have a great day. God bless.